So when I have a look at some of the other types of question that you can make, so here I am on the My Labyrinths page, and I'm going to go back into editing my video demo case. And on the left-hand toolbar, I need to find where it says questions. And this time around, we're actually going to make a multi-line text entry question. So this is when I'm expecting the students to give several sentences or even a paragraph in their answers. So the stem of my question is explain how these conditions could be linked. So this is the bit that appears to the students. And then width and height are the options for you to be able to change the size of the text box that the students have to type in. Even if you gave them a really small text box, they can still type as much as they want. It doesn't limit it, but obviously it gives a visual suggestion to the students of sort of how much you're expecting them to answer. So for width, I'm going to make it as wide as possible because I want them to type as much as they can. And height-wise, do I want it to be sort of 2 blocks high, 4 blocks, 6 or 8? And I'm going to give them a really big text box in this one, so go up to 8, which is maximum. Then the feedback option here, this is for feedback to be given at the very, very end of the case in the document that the students get given of the case. And so this is where I would put kind of gold standard answers or something that I was expecting them to say. Obviously, you don't have to use this if you don't want to. You could always give them direct feedback maybe on the next node that kind of explains what you were hoping for them to say. But obviously you can use this if you want them to actually see a correct answer at the end. Prompt text is quite good as well. This basically comes up in the text box for them, and I normally write something starting with hint. So I would put hint, look back at lecture 23, for example, if you wanted them to specifically look at a resource, or you could try and prompt them with something to do with that condition, for example. So that's quite good. And as soon as they start typing in the text box, this hint text disappears. Rule is a feature that we don't really tend to use. I think it's got something to do with if they don't write something, they can't progress, but it's not really something that I'm very familiar with. So if you wanted to explore that, you obviously can do. And then I just click Save Question. So I'm now back on the main questions homepage, and remember it's given me an embeddable code, and what I will need to do is copy this code and paste it onto the node that I want it to appear on. So we'll do that now. And I've decided I want it to be on the progression of case node, so I need to scroll up to the top to where it says node content. I've pasted it here, and then I need to scroll down and click Save Changes. Then if I play the case, here's my question I've put in. So explain how these conditions could be linked. This is my text box size that I chose. And if the student clicks and then starts typing here, the hint disappears, but it can reappear for them as well.